Good morning for everybody. My name is David Fernando Redondo, and today I am going to analyze this article as you can see on my screen. So, welcome. Introduction. The introduction to this study gives us insight into many things, for example, whether teachers should provide grammar feedback in English second language and English foreign language, students writing tasks. Correct feedback is considered not only ineffective but also potentially harmful by some research, but for others it is very valuable in promoting grammatical accuracy. What makes this issue even more controversial is the variety of strategies for conducting writing correct feedback. It is not only a question of whether correct feedback is effective, but also what type is effective. A range of studies has investigated the extent to which different types of written correct feedback may have an effect on helping second language writers accuracy or their writing. One of the most discussed contrasts is that between direct and indirect error correction. The main factor distinguish these two types of correct feedback is the learner's involvement in the correction process, whereas direct correct feedback consists of an indication of the error and the corresponding correct linguistic form, and indirect correct feedback only indicates that an error has been made, instead of the teacher providing the target word. It is left to the learner to correct his or her own errors. So, should teachers provide correct feedback on form or should they not? The debate remains open between advocates of both options, as research has so far failed to prove beyond reasonable doubt that providing correct feedback is a decisive factor in the achievement of linguistic fluency and accuracy. Therefore, in this article, I examined the effect of direct and indirect written correct feedback on the writing skills, of course, of the second language learners. The research question was: do direct and indirect written correct feedback and linguistic errors affect performance accuracy in the new pieces or writing? Participants. The participants were assisted pre-intermediate students in an Aryan institution in Ardabil. All of the students in this study were females. Materials. They gave students the OER test on defining and indefinite articles in 5 sessions. In each session, there were 22 tests and 40 plans in each session. The quizzes were selected from 3 booths entitled. In this moment, you can see in my screen the booths. So the preparation course for the 12 test, 20 students were in the direct feedback group. And 20 students were in the indirect feedback group. And finally, 20 students were in the no feedback group. So the indirect feedback group and 20 students were in the no feedback group. The variance of the number or errors of the three classes in session 1 with this was approximately the same, so their performance in this structure was the same. Results. The results showed that there was a meaningful difference between the experimental groups how received correct feedback and the control group how didn't receive feedback. The results related that the direct feedback group significantly outperformed the control group. No received feedback, yes? So the results also indicated such a significant difference between the indirect feedback group and the control group. However, the difference between the two experimental groups, direct feedback and indirect feedback, are shown in table 2 that you can see in this moment in the screen, was not statistically significant. The final discussion was that when the students didn't receive any feedback, they had no opportunity to practice the structure, but when they received feedback on their errors in each session, they have enough opportunity to practice the structure, so they have also the improvement their proficiency in the English article systems. Conclusion. This study has examined the relative effectiveness of two different types of written correct feedback on the development of second language or English foreign language target for knowledge. Despite the fairly limited amount of feedback generated, the results demonstrated higher gains in the development of grammar knowledge for groups who receive written correct feedback in comparison to the control group. This study indicated some support for using indirect and direct feedback to expand learners' grammatical accuracy. Thus, it would be reasonable to allocate some time to the training of teachers in this regard. Some students do not pay attention to the given feedback. We should teach them how to use the given feedback to improve their performance in the future. It's very simple. Thanks for watching this video and see you in next time.